to smell basic. You want to smell like a dovetail dipped in oud with notes of Grey Poupon and a malted rose. Ma'am. Everyone's known for something, and I'm known for smelling good. Are you known for smelling good? Do you want to be known for smelling good? Well, if you do, you are definitely in the right place, because today's video is going to be focused on how to be known for smelling good and using Brown Sugar Babe oils to create top tier layering combinations that will level up your scent game. So I'm turning this into a series. We already did part 1 of this video, but this video is going to focus on how to layer to enhance versus layering to compete. I had already created a video of saying like, hey, let's reel it in on what our goals are when we create layering combinations. Is it to compete with the perfumer? Is it to reinvent the wheel? Is it to smell like unique? Or do you want to just smell like way far off and to the left? Because just because you can layer something together doesn't always mean that you should. And again, it's not to cut off anyone's creativity, but I became known for smelling good. I told y'all that I set a goal to, smell good and be known for smelling good, and it worked. And I didn't do that by trying to become the best smelling person in the world. I just focused on being the best smelling person in the room, that everybody I knew, everywhere I went, they had the expectation and just the enjoyment of being like, oh, what is she going to smell like today? And she always smells good. So that's what we're focused on. We're going to dive into more yummy and delicious layering combinations from Brown Sugar Babe, but I'm going to teach y'all my layering method of how I enhance and bring out certain nuances without being competitive or making fragrances clash with each other. So if you're interested, you are in the right place. So let's get into it. Welcome back to all of my returning subscribers. Hey babes, it's me, Kia, and if you are new here, then welcome. And over here, you are never fully dressed without a fragrance. We talk about fragrance, fashion, lifestyle, beauty, and all things like womanhood and showing up as the best version of yourself that you can be. And speaking of never fully dressed without a fragrance, this first layering combination that I am going to share with y'all is very much it's quite stunning. So I'm going to show y'all my new Brown Sugar Babe oils that I just got in my collection first off, and this one is called Rebirth, and this is the rendition of Printemps Blanc from the house of Maison Mataha. So this is going to be a beautiful, very like feminine, elegant smelling fragrance. Okay, automatically when I smell this fragrance, I think of like cleanness but with a floral elegance, but it has a sort of like groundedness to it as well, because it has tea notes, it has ginger, it has some sandalwood in here, I believe. Now there's some other notes that it says it pulls it like vanilla. For me right now, when it settles, maybe I get something that is a little bit more vanillic, but for me, I'm getting like floral, I'm getting sandalwood, and I'm getting like a ginger vibe, and maybe that tea note. Because this is one thing I want to say about this, I don't know if this is spot on because I don't have Printemps Blanc, but it's a fragrance that I do want to get. But this smells similar to Princess Treatment, and it also smells similar to Love Story from the Ariana Grande fragrance. So if y'all have these, smell them and tell me, do they smell similar? And I think it's how Brown Sugar Babe does that tea note. It might be like, something interesting that they do. Why? Every time I'm trying to film a video, the boys want to be out revving it up, hot boys popping on the block, like just calm down. So yes, this is Rebirth. This is the rendition of Printemps Blanc, and I have it paired here with Amyris Femme from the house of Mason Francis Kirkjohn. Now, this is also a very simple, elegant fragrance, which mirrors the simple elegance of this fragrance. And also they have complementary notes, like this has a grapefruit at the top, and this has a lemon blossom and an orange. This has some iris in it, and this also has like some musk and some vetiver. It's giving it like this very powdery, feminine, slightly soapy vibe, very perfumey that you get from here, and it's only enhanced by the sandalwood that's in the base of here, and then that grapefruit that mirrors the top notes of this fragrance. So when you put these together, they're really not competing with each other, they're complementing each other, and you can see, hey, what is the smell? Do they have similar notes? Of course, we know matching up notes is a a great way to go ahead and create a masterful layering combination. But also when you think of the vibe of something and what it's giving, these are the type of thing when we say match my energy, these two match each other's energy. Like, you don't want to do something that either doesn't complement the energy or doesn't match the energy, because then to me, what's the point? It's a pointless point of, you know, layering something together when one thing is going to overpower the other, or one has such a big personality to where the other one has a big personality, and so they can't even see eye to eye. And sometimes when I see these layering combinations, that is what I feel. I feel like it is not about reinventing the wheel. What makes a masterpiece, like throughout life with art, what artists and everything do, is why we love samples in music and stuff like that. We could take a song from the 1960s and put it in the 1980s. It's going to reappear in the 99s and the 2000s, and we're going to hear it again in 2026, because we love to have a baseline of familiarity, but with a spin on it. And that's all we need to say, oh my God, this is a masterpiece, this is a hit. That's just my perspective, my observation, and what works for me, why I get so many compliments on my layering combinations, and why I feel like they work and they smell good. That's why I say less is more. But I have other methods of layering that I am going to get into, so stick around, because you know, I have some interesting perspectives that work for me, that get me compliments, and just create like yummy and delicious smell good combos, because that's what we all want. Next up, my last new oil that I got. This is from their latest release, I believe, from the collection that they had, and this one is Perfection. So based off of the notes, I can only assume that this is the rendition of Marc Jacobs Perfect Absolute, because it's got the caramel, the fig, the amber, and then the jasmine. And this notes breakdown for this fragrance, very simplistic. It's going to be some caramelized fig or caramel and fig, and then it's going to be the jasmine and the amber. Now, from this fragrance right here, Perfection, I do not get a one-to-one for this. I have remnants of the Marc Jacobs Perfect line, the DNA that is in here. However, I'm actually not mad at it. So if you're looking, to me, this is not a spot on dupe for the Marc Jacobs Perfect Absolute, but this is a fragrance that y'all know I love it, because it is very like a warm but still lifted floral fragrance that has like such a sensuality to it. And what is in this fragrance, it has like this very like almost static airiness about it. Like there's something in it that just like tickles the nose. If you have it, then you know what I'm talking about, and I absolutely love it for this fragrance. Y'all know that I talked about, because this is such a standalone fragrance, I had a difficult time even finding something to pair it with, though I did find, you know, a couple of combinations that I shared. Now, because the remnants of the DNA is here, but it's not super spot on, this is actually perfect. You know why? Because then this has time for itself to shine and pull the notes that are in the DNA, but it's not going to overshadow it. It's just going to give it a good base to really make this perform. I'm talking about, I put this on my arm. I just sprayed it, y'all, and I smelled this on my arm the whole day while I was in the house, moving around, editing, doing stuff like that. This lasted for like a good 6 hours strongly, pretty much, on my arm, of me smelling this. And because I love this fragrance so much, because I feel like this can go, you know, so unaltered, this is exactly just like a nice complementary base where the notes just kind of match up, the DNA is there. I find this to be a very perfect layering combination. So yeah, the other thing that I did layer this with is the Milky Way oil, if y'all are interested in that combination, because that has that same type of like, not spicy, but like staticky airiness, if y'all know what I'm talking about, that, you know, maybe it's from some woods or something, but this doesn't have woods listed. But you know what you get from that commodity milk fragrance, it's a airy, but it's like a staticky airy quality that you get in the fragrance. I find that same quality is in here, making those match well together. That's also just like a vanillic woody fragrance, so it's neutral enough, so it went well with this one as well. So yes, this combination is definitely giving those Mysterious Muse vibes. She's very selective, she's alluring, she's a less is more mysterious little thing when it comes to fragrances. If you're familiar with my website, theoctobersong.com, over here on this channel I created a fragrance archetype and personality quiz for us to dive into the psychology of fragrance, help us build a mindful collection. It'll tell you your archetype, the psychology, and give you fragrance recommendations as well. Thank you again to everyone who has taken the quiz. I think we're up to like 60 people now, so if you haven't taken the quiz and found your fragrance personality, go ahead and take it and find it today. It's super fun, super fun. So this is a highly complimented, tried and true fragrance layering combination in my collection, which features Cloud 9. I know it's a bestseller, a fan favorite. It's a magnolia, sandalwood, marshmallow, creamy type of vanilla with like a slight floralness, a creamy woodiness. This is so beautiful. We all know and love Cloud 9. If you are new to Brown Sugar Babe and you haven't started your collection and you're trying to figure out, you know, what are some safe oils to buy, I would definitely recommend Cloud 9 because it's like a marshmallowy, creamy, slightly, you know, woody, floral, vanilla. It smells really good. It can layer with pretty much anything. Like Cloud 9 is so undefeated. This is one of my OG oils that I ordered, and now I partner this with Prada Paradox Intense. Now, going back with our music analogy, for the babes that like to do a little bit of a remix type of a situation, this is a perfect remix because the Prada Paradox has like the bergamot, the neroli, the jasmine, the vanilla in the base, and it has like a sensual but fresh type of vibe, and then it has like a warmthness from the vanilla. Prada Paradox on its own is just, you know, very it girl, highly complimented. Now what this does is brings out that vanilla and adds some marshmallow, and you know what I was trying to go for when I first put this combination together was Love Don't Be Shy. This smells like a Love Don't Be Shy remix, which is why it works. Now, if you have Madame, substitute for Madame. If you have On the Prowl, substitute for On the Prowl. Why? Because it has the florals and it also still has the creamy marshmallow vibe in both of those too. I've worn those with this combination, got the same result, but the OG is the Cloud 9. I'm just trying to give people options to, you know, recreate this for what they have in their collection. Again, Love Don't Be Shy is a very popular DNA. You know, to this day, when I wear Love Don't Be Shy, I always get compliments on it, okay? Now, this is something that people are already familiar with. It's been done before, but it hasn't been quite done like this. So obviously, I'm not going to smell exactly like Love Don't Be Shy, but there's already something out here that gives these vibes that's very, you know, smells good. It's a hit. It's crowd pleasing. So I'm like, how can I like kind of recreate those vibes? I'm sure I'm not the only one that can smell fragrances and be like, this kind of smells like this. So if I put this together, I can make it smell like another fragrance. That to me has also been like a surefire formula for getting compliments and layering like with intention without being like too willy-nilly. Because again, y'all, if you got two bangers, like for example, this is a supporting actress, okay? This is a main character. Anybody that got Prada Paradox or Prada Paradox Intense, you know she's a main character. But when I say this is the most loving and supportive friend that you will ever have in your life, that's what Cloud 9 is. And it just takes this to the moon, to the stars, to the next level. It's very long lasting, highly complimented. It smells so good. So when we're layering, we got to think of like, what is the dominant fragrance that we're spraying or the dominant profile that we want to bring forth, and then what is the supporting one? That's how I layer. So it creates like balance, it creates evenness, and it's just like, it's not too loud and it's not too busy. Okay, so try this combination out with any of the oils that I mentioned. It will be a surefire hit. It smells fresh, it smells sweet, it smells sensual, sexy. It has pretty much all the things, and it can be worn for date nights, events, special occasions, going out. Like, you will really turn heads and get compliments in this one. Now this is another like very sensual, sexy, different like powerhouse of a combination that these are two seemingly different vibes, but I'm gonna break it down why these truly go together. So from the house of Givenchy, we have L'Interdit Rouge. So we know at the top we've got some ginger, some blood orange, we've got some tuberose in here. I believe there's like some sandalwood that is inside of this fragrance. Cool. Then we've got Must Be Nice, which is the rendition of Musk Therapy by Initio. So if you have either of these, you know they smell different, but they bear similarities because in different ways, this is a wafting, airy, like musk cloud of fresh, like bergamot. And then this is like a wafting, airy, like slightly almost a smoky feeling quality. They both have an airiness to them though. The character of the airiness is different, but the vibes kind of match. Because why? They're both airy, okay? But then also this one has like some bergamot at the top and maybe like some mandarin or something like that, I think, or maybe vice versa. This one has, I know, blood orange and like ginger. They got those citrus notes going on at the top, and then I'm pretty sure these both have sandalwood that is in the base, and then they have florals in the middle. So just from top to bottom, again, the notes mirror each other, but also the vibes mirror each other, but the scent profiles smell very different enough. But when you combine them together, it still works. So is it really all that different? No, it's not. Now when I put this together, I don't just sit there, y'all, and be like note for note matching it up. Like, this is literally what I do when I put together a fragrance combination. I think of something, I'm like, okay, what do I want to blend it? I'll either have the perfume or the oil. I'll smell it and I'll be like, oh, this might smell good with Must Be Nice. Then I'll smell it, I'll go like this. I'll put them together and I'll be like, okay, if I'm feeling it, then I'll put the oil, spray the spray on top. And that's how literally I come up with my fragrance layering combinations. And I oftentimes I do it in just, one take, you know what I'm saying? I do it in one take. Like, we got the shot. Okay, yeah, we got it. But yes, so again, two seemingly different smells and fragrance profiles, but they just bear enough similarity in the vibe that they bring to make this like a highly complimented. Like, when I wear this to the office, it's over. When I wore this out, I was getting so many questions. Even my friend was asking me, what are you wearing? You smell so good. I was out, all the guys was like, you smell good, you smell good. So this again is a best all around sneaky sexy type of combo. This got some tuberose in it. You already know tuberose is going to come through and be like, hello, I'm a flower, but I'm a sexy little flower. So this can be worn all around events, out, dates, office. It's just a good combo because musk to me is also very sexy. You got the tuberose, a little bergamot, the freshness, the sensuality. This is literally like one of my top tier layering combinations, y'all. So definitely try it. And if you have Musk Therapy, maybe you have the Villain Era oil from Brown Sugar Babe, that's the rendition of Lientredy Rouge, vice versa. Try it out. Let me know what you think. Now, the biggest lie influencers ever told in the fragrance community, I'm not an influencer, but the biggest lie influencers ever told in the fragrance community is not to smell basic. Don't smell basic. Do this and do that. It's like, you don't want to smell basic. You want to smell like a dovetail dipped in oud with notes of Grey Poupon and a malted rose. Ma'am, please. Thank you for putting us on. There will be a time and a place. However, what I'm telling you is, it is okay to do things in fragrance that are a little bit obvious or get you back to the basics. Because have you ever heard of like doubling down or like a double or nothing situation, or just going all in? Sometimes you gotta put, this on top of that, and you gotta stack it in order to go all in. And I feel like this is a double down, going all in, set it off effortlessly, less is more type of fragrance combination. And this is a favorite. This is a powerhouse. This is a beast mode performer. This is Vanilla Whisper. Okay, I'm letting y'all know right now, it's got the coconut, it's got the vanilla, it's got the woods, the lactones, partnered with from the house of Gucci. This is their gorgeous Orchid, and this is gonna have vanilla orchid, and ozonic notes. Again, a airy type of vanilla. We got another airy type of vanilla, and it's ozonic. And this vanilla orchid pulls creamy in fragrances, plus with that ozonic vibe, it literally just smells like a fresh air, a cloud of vanilla. Now this has the lactones, it's giving us creamy, it's giving us woods, it's giving us airy. Y'all know the vibes of Vanilla Whisper or Matier's vanilla powder. This is what this replicates. If you put these two together, you will come into the room and smell like a breath of fresh vanilla floral air. And there's nothing wrong with that. Is the combination maybe basic? Sure. But if you really want to enhance the smell of this, and then you want to enhance the smell of this, and they're both shining equally because they have no choice but to prop each other up because the notes match, the vibes match, the airiness, the quality of the fragrance matches each other as well. Like, why not? Why not do it? Because here's the thing. We are fragrance lovers, and that's fine. We do it for ourselves. Wear what you want to wear. Do however you want to do. But if you want to be known for smelling good, which means it's active participation, other people are like, hey, you smell good. And you're like, thanks. I did that myself. I put it together. Listen, everybody cannot compute these complex layering combinations. There is a time and a place for it, a time to stand out when it's events and all this kind of stuff. But also too, y'all know me, I say you'll never fully dress without a fragrance. And on this channel, I say wear your fragrances. A lot of what keeps people from wearing their fragrances or reaching for them is because you have so many fragrances that are for like special occasions. It smells like going to, you know, Ting Ting's wedding and to, you know, JJ's graduation. And sometimes you just need something for going to the office, going to the grocery store, you know, going to hang out and have a nice chill lunch with your friend. And, you know, you're going to the grocery store, you're picking out your parsley, and the lady next to you who's getting her arugula, she's just like, oh, wow, you smell lovely. And you're like, thanks. And that is okay. And these are the type of combinations that do it. Now, if you have this, I feel like this is a popular fragrance that a lot of people have. And then also the Vanilla Whisper. Put these two together. They match notes, they match vibes. You have no choice but to be the best smelling person in the room. And it's vanilla, it's familiar, it's congenial. Remember we talked about that familiarity? You're always going to win with less is more and then pulling on familiarity. Because the other thing, this is why we get into the psychology of fragrance on this channel as well. Olfactive, the senses, all of that is very much tied to memory. It can like transport a person somewhere. It can make them feel something. So the nostalgia of vanilla, I always say it, it's undefeated. So the familiarity, the nostalgia, all that kind of stuff. This is a top tier combo. Is it basic? Sure. I'll be the first person to say it's basic, but does it smell good? Absolutely. So try it out, test it out. Let me know what you think. So there you have it, babes. More fragrance combinations that will help you level up your scent game in a less is more effortless, non-competitive, you know, type of vibe. We're not competing with everyone in the room. We're not competing with the perfumer that has already created the fragrance. We are just enhancing ourselves, enhancing the vibes, and we are just enjoying and collecting our compliments along the way. So let me know, do you have any of these fragrances? Do you have any of these oils? Do any of them sound intriguing to you? Let me know if you try out any of these combinations, and if you love them, if you're wowed by them, or if you're just like, Kia, it's just you, like, babe, no. Let us know down below. And if you have any fragrances and layering combinations with these oils or other oils that really have like just like a less is more vibe, you might feel like it's basic, maybe it's just layering the same fragrance with each other, kind of like how we did with the, you know, Marc Jacobs Perfect combination. If it's something like that too, let us know. We really would like to know. But as always, thank you all so much for tuning into this video. Please go ahead and give me a like, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more fun videos like this, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.